Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Casey and today I'll be going over my ranking of the pets in Adopt Me's 2025 Halloween update. Before we get started, I'd like to preface that this is my opinion and you're perfectly fine to agree or disagree with it. Other than that, let's get started. Starting from the bottom, we have DJ Snooze. Overall, I enjoy his design and I like the effect coming from his flute and the gradient on his cape, but I don't enjoy his character and I don't like how his cape isn't purple like it was in the minigame. And I know I could just color it, but I'm still just not a fan. There's not much more I can say about him, so moving on to spot number 13. In spot number 13, I have the Skelly Bat. Now, don't get me wrong, I enjoy the concept, but I don't like the design, and honestly, I would deem it my least favorite pet if I didn't get jump scared by DJ Snooze so many times. There's something about the jaw, or maybe it's the nose on the Skelly Bat that I find to be extremely off-putting. I'm also not a big fan of the color palette, specifically the colors of the ears and eyes. I don't think they clash well together. Though, I will say, I do like the little bobble back and forth he does while he flies. I think it's kind of cute. In spot number 12, I have the Black Dog. I actually like his design, although it was not what I was expecting. Like many others, I was expecting a fully black dog, and not a Rottweiler with red eyes. Also, when seeing him walking around before purchasing him, I was kind of expecting him to be a bigger pet, similar to the Frostbite Bear, and was rather humored when he turned into a little pup. Overall, I don't mind the Black Dog, and I actually think it's rather underrated. But there are definitely pets from this update that I prefer over him. In spot number 11, I have the Phantom Dragon. When this pet was first announced, I immediately knew he wasn't going to become very popular among Adopt Me players and would yet be another pet overshadowed in this update. I, for starters, really enjoy the black, gold, and red color combination, as well as the gold touches on his mask. Despite this, I have the Phantom Dragon ranked so low on this list, as even I find him to be rather forgettable, and just kinda there. Plus, once more, there are pets from this update that I like more than the dragon. So, moving on. I was extremely excited when we finally got the spiders that we'd been begging for so long, especially because in real life one of my favorite animals are spiders. But, out of all of the spiders, the jumping spider is my least favorite, so I have him placed in spot number 10. I don't like how much orange there is on the spider, and there's nothing super cool or unique about it. Plus, I ended up getting a large collection of them, so they're definitely not my top pick from the spider box. Though, and this goes for all the spiders, I think they look absolutely hilarious with Arachnophobia mode enabled. Still on the topic of the spiders, in 9th place I have the Black Widow. Even without Arachnophobia mode enabled, I think they look very boring and bland, and like the jumping spider, there just isn't a lot of action going on. Though, I don't at all blame Adopt Me for this, as it gets points for being close in resemblance to the actual Black Widow spider. Still continuing to stay on the topic of spiders, in 8th place I have the Tarantula. I love the spider so much, it looks very soft and I love the gradient between the colors of the stripes. I don't have much more to say for the tarantula, as my biggest like of it over the other spiders is the color gradient and overall design. So, moving on. In 7th place I have the Flamingo. I was excited to see another flamingo-based pet enter into the game. Despite its simplistic white and black design, I enjoy its eerie look, as well as how it teleports around as you walk, and how it's still visible at the same time, forever being a cool reminder of how it teleported back and forth when it was added into the game. Though, I will say, it teleporting repeatedly can be a bit distracting, and even a little overwhelming at times, but it still doesn't make this pet any less enjoyable for me. Now, I know this may surprise some people, the Cryptid not even reaching my top 5, but don't get me wrong, I think the main version of the Cryptid is absolutely adorable, and he even reminds me of a snobby Pomeranian with his stuck-up walk. And similar to the Flamingo, I really enjoy the new feature he adds to the game, but that's also my biggest dislike about this pet. The concept of having a transformation feature, having multiple pets inside of one, is an amazing idea in my opinion. But my biggest complaint with the Cryptid is that all of the transformations are the same color. And I know, Casey, you could just color the variants, which again, is true, but I still wish the Cryptid came with each transformation already having its unique colors as is, instead of each form having the same dark green and yellow colors. So, with all that being said, let's move on to my top 5 pets of this year's Halloween update. Despite the AA being one of the cheapest pets for this update, they're definitely one of my favorites. I love their color palette and their big eyes, and I think they're absolutely adorable. It wasn't until I was recording this clip that I noticed that their eyes seem to glow in the dark as well. I like how bouncy they are and how fluffy and cute they look. Adopt Me most certainly made the AAs look much cuter than the ones in real life. I also really like how they teased this pet early on into the update with the stickers. I enjoy the idea where they gave us a sneak peek into what's to come without entirely spoiling the new pet. Finishing off with the spiders, I have the chilling spider in 4th place. This was most definitely my favorite spider out of all of them. Blue spiders in particular are one of my favorites in real life, so seeing this blue spider in-game was such a pleasant surprise. I also really like how much of a difference there is in shade of blue between the body and the eyes of this pet. I also really like the neon variant of the chilling spider, again adding a totally new shade of blue into this already icy color palette. Definitely my favorite spider out of the spider box. Finally, in the top 3, I have Patchy. I was a big fan of FNAF growing up, so the Freddy Bonnie type vibe that Patchy gives me is pretty nostalgic. I also really like the little bow in his hair and how he's missing an arm just like Withered Bonnie in FNAF 2. He was also a very fun character in the Hauntlet minigame, which was definitely my favorite out of all the minigames. Overall, his design is very fun, and I was so surprised at how cheap and how low rarity he was when he was first released. Though, I am glad he seems to be getting the attention he deserves. And, as a bonus, I think his neon and mega neon variants are just as cute. In 2nd place, I chose the Ghostly Cat. Everything about this pet is absolutely adorable to me, from the little ear and mouth sticking out from underneath the cape all the way to the walking animation. Everything about this pet I adore. And I honestly wouldn't be shocked if we see its value skyrocket as the days pass, but only time will tell. In the meanwhile, I cannot wait to make my remaining Ghostly Cats into neons. I've seen so many and I think their neons are super cool looking. With all that being said, I believe it's finally time to move to my favorite pet of the 2025 Halloween update in Adopt Me. Finally, in 1st place we have the Kitty Bat. From the moment I saw it in the trailer to actually getting one, I fell in love. Especially because my first Kitty Bat somehow face planted into the ground. The Kitty Bats are by far my favorite pet from this update, and I'm so glad they were so easy to get, especially considering that they were a legendary pet. Everything about their design is absolutely adorable, and it's refreshing to see something rather than a dragon being combined with a bat. And, come on, look at this animation. They're adorable. Anyways, that's it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe and notification button to see more of my videos in the future. And if you'd like to see more ranking videos, let me know in the comment section below. Again, this is just my opinion, and it's fine if you disagree, and I'd be more than willing to see your rankings in the comments below. That's all for today's video. Bye!